guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today this is going to be lecture 4 for this employee management system application, in which we are using Spring Boot as our backend and we are using React as our front end. Okay, so we have already written the code for Spring Boot in our last two lectures. Okay, first two lectures, right? And in the lecture number 3 we discussed about how to get the list of the employees. Okay, so for that we have created simple get employee list component. Okay, so if I just click on this refresh employee list button, I will get all the employees that I have. Okay, so here let's suppose if I want to add some new users, so instead of Warney, here I am just going to pass Smith. Okay, and here in the email, if I give Smith here, okay, and just send this data. Okay, so now you see status is 201 created, right? And now when I go to this localhost 3000 server and I click on this refresh employee list button, so you will see there are total 2 entries. Okay, so this is the list that we have. Okay, so I can also see this using Postman, right? So we have our get request. Okay, if I just do here select this get method and click on send, so I will see the list of all the employees. Okay, so all this we have already did in the our Spring Boot code, right? So this is post mapping and get mapping, all that stuff. Okay, so this is a get mapping, okay, in which we are just going to get the list of all our employees. Okay, and we are already achieving it through our front end. Okay, now instead of sending the data, okay, creating the new employees data using this post method, I want to do this all this stuff in the my UI. Okay, in the React UI. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a one new component, create employee. Okay, and in that I'm just going to send all these details that I am sending via Postman. So using my form, okay, I will send first name, I will send last name, I will send email. Okay, so this is what we are going to do as part of this lecture. Okay, so now let's move to our React part. Okay, so this is the component employee list.jsx for get the employee list details, right? All that stuff we did here. Now let's create one more component here in the src new file, and let's name it as create employee.jsx. Okay, so create employee.jsx. Okay, so here just write RAFCE. So this is nothing but our React arrow function export component. Okay, just press enter, done. Okay, save it. Now go to your app.js. Okay, so we need to make some changes in our app.js. Okay, so right now let me just run this application. So to run this application you need to go to view. Okay, so I go to this terminal, and here I'm just going to go to my this folder employee underscore management, employee underscore management, and now here I'm just going to write npm start. Okay, so it is going to open a new window for me, okay, in which I will see this page localhost 3000. Okay, so now what we are doing here, we need to make some changes in my app.js. Okay, so right now in app.js I am only adding this component employee list, right? So by default whenever my React application is going to run, it is automatically going to this employee list page. Okay, this page, so this page is going to be visible to me. Okay, so now I want to create one new page. Okay, okay, so I'm going to name that page as create employee.jsx. Okay, so here see, so what I'm going to do here, uh, go to your front end code. We have already created this component create employee.jsx. Okay, so we need to make some changes in my app.js. Okay, so let's do one thing before doing that. Let's install few things. Okay, a few packages we need. So go here command prompt, and now go inside your project where my project name is employee management. Okay, so inside this you have to write npm install. Okay, and here inside this you have to write react router dom. Okay, so react router dom, just click on enter. So here spelling mistake, it should be npm not mpm. Okay, so press enter after writing that. Now it is going to install all the packages, okay, that we need. And meanwhile you just go to your okay, so I think it's done. So all the packages are loaded. Okay, so now what you need to do here, first thing in your app.js, here import. We are also going to use a browser router. Okay, I want to browse between these two tabs. Okay, one tab is this employee list and one tab is create employee, right? So I'm going to use this browser router as router. Okay, and we are also going to use routes and link. Okay, so here just write from react router dom, react router dom, set this one, that's it. Okay, now here we have to make a little bit changes here. So I want to route to two pages. Okay, so inside this just write router. Okay, and inside this router let's create one div tag, and inside this div tag I want to make some changes in my nav bar. So here nav, and here let's create one unordered list. Okay, ul, and here in ul let's create one list. Okay, and here inside this list let's create one link. This is done. And also we need to uh, okay, so this one list, this is done. Okay, and we also need to create for create employee. Okay, I want to do that as well. Okay, so here I'm just going to create a list. Okay, write li, and inside this one more link I need to give here, link to, and I'm going to say here you can write create. Okay, I want to create new employee. Okay, so here where I'm going to go now, I'm going to get the create employee, right? So here I'm just going to write create. Let me just close this first. Okay, and here write create employee. Okay, this is what I'm going to do here. Okay, and here I'm getting employee list. So if I just save it, see, let's see if we are able to see anything or not. Let me just refresh. Right now our application is running or not. Mhm. You can view implement. Okay, so right now we are able to see like this. Okay, employee list and create employee. So see, you see there is one change. Okay, localhost 3000 get, and when I'm clicking on this one I'm getting create. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, this is done. I have created this. Okay, now after that, after this nav, let's define the routes. Okay, in which page I'm going to go. Okay, inside this routes I'm going to write route. Okay, and now inside this route I have to specify the path. So here I'm going to write path. Okay, and inside this path, if it is get, okay, if it is get, then which element I'm going to access, so I have to write that here, element. Okay, and element is equal to, I need to give element inside this, and here I'm just going to write uh, I want to go to this employee list. Okay, so here select this employee list. Okay, like this. Okay, this is done, right? And okay, so here employee list, here I am giving like this, and here, okay, so I can do one thing now. Here directly I can give, I can change it like this. Okay, that's it. So this is one route. Okay, so now let's just copy paste it, or you want to write, you can write. Okay, so how I'm doing, route. Okay, and path. Okay, and here inside this, if which path, create. Okay, if I click on this create path, okay, so in that case I'm going to which element, so I have to write element here like this. Okay, and inside this write like this, and here you have to write create employee. Okay, and after that close this. Okay, this is how we do, right? And once this is done, and then here close this one as well. Okay, that's it. So now you will see here, if I go to my uh, this server, okay, so if I click on this employee list, so you will see this page. Okay, and if I click on create employee, you are right now seeing nothing here. Okay, that's it. So if I click on employee list, you will see this. If I click on create employee, you are just seeing this. Okay, so we need to edit this. So here in create employee, this is what is coming, right? Create employee. So if I just remove it, and now inside this we need to make changes, but I hope that you guys are okay with this. Okay, so now if you want to add some here bootstrapping classes, right? So we can do that. Okay, so here let's say this is my nav, so here in my ul, after that I'm just going to write class name as nav. Okay, and this is my list. Okay, so here I'm just going to write my class name, and here in the link also, here you can also give one class name. So class name is equal to nav link. Okay, and here also again same way, this is one list, right? Here just give this class name as nav item, copy this, paste it here. Okay, and the in the link just copy this, paste it here. Okay, and now after that let's see how our page is now looking at. Okay, so this is what, right? So this is good, right? So we did some styling. Okay, so now we are done from app.js side. Now just write a create employee.jsx code. Okay, I don't want to stretch this video too much. Okay, so now inside is what we need to do here. So here, just like employee list, okay, I'm going to write all this use state. Okay, all the functions I'm going to write, and which API I'm going to fetch this time, all that stuff I'm going to do, right? So here just go to this create employee.jsx page. Okay, and just remove this, I will write it later on. And now inside this we are going to first write our state to hold form input values. Okay, so const form input values will be in I let's say employee. Okay, in this I will get all the details. Okay, in this. Okay, and this is nothing but my set employee. Let's say this is my function. Okay, set employee. Okay, and here initially what is my use state, I'm going to use in the use state, uh, write like this. Okay, and inside this I am going to pass my first name. Okay, initially it is going to be empty. Okay, everything is going to be empty. So here first name like this, and then last name we have to write like this, and then we have to write email. Okay, these are the three things that I want to send, right? So initial state is empty for all this. Okay, and once I add some value, then it will be updated. Okay, once I set the employee values. Okay, so here it is ending, so here just close this. This is done, right? So here alt shift F. Okay, so now it looks good. Okay, so now after that let's create one message. Okay, so const, and inside this I'm just going to pass message and set message, set message. Okay, and here in the use state I'm just going to say nothing, no message as of now. Okay, so if there are any error message or anything, okay, then I will get this here. uh, let's write one const handle input changes. Okay, let's suppose there is one employee. Okay, we have let's say we are taking name and value. Okay, key value pairs. Okay, like this. So here name value, okay, this is coming like this, e dot target. Okay, and now we have to update my set employee, set employee. Okay, and inside this set employee I have to write I have to access whatever the employee that I am getting. Okay, so employee, and I need the values. Okay, name and value. Okay, okay, so this is what we need to do here. Okay, now let's create one handle submit. Okay, const handle submit, and here this is going to be a sync operation. Okay, so now I want to use this access library, okay, to post the details of employee. Okay, e, okay, and here after that I need to write, so I need to write here e dot prevent default first. Okay, and then after that let's try to send the data. Okay, so here uh, first I need to post send some response. Okay, so here const response is equal to await access dot post. Okay, so here in which API, so here I have to write API and employees. Okay, so this is where I am sending the data, right? And here I'm just going to create employee. Okay, this is done. Okay, so here see in my backend in the post mapping. Okay, so here you will see that this is my request mapping. Okay, API employees. Okay, so this is what we are passing, right? So this is done. Then after that we have to set the message. Okay, and in the set message I am going to say employee created successfully. Okay, set employee. So what are we passing in set employee? We are passing the first name, last name, and the email. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do one thing here, just copy this. Okay, we need all this, just copy this. This is what we are going to set. Okay, paste it here. So I am pasting it in the set employee. Okay, so this is done, right? Then after that, once this is done, then we need to write this catch block. Okay, like this. Okay, so here we have written now. So if any error comes, then what is the message that we are going to send? Okay, so here just going to write set message again. So in the catch error, inside this set message, and here just write something like error creating employee or anything. Okay, so let's write that error creating employee. Okay, so this is done. Now we are done with catch block as well, and that's all. Now in the end we just need to return. Okay, so we have to render the form, okay, and all that stuff. So inside this return tag, okay, so here I'm just going to use div tag, and in the div tag let's name our form heading. I'm going to give the form heading as create new employee. Create new employee. Okay, in the h1 tag. Then I'm going to create one form, simple form I'm going to create. Okay, so on submit, what action should happen? Okay, on submit, so on submit this will work, handle submit. Okay, so I'm just going to execute this function. Okay, on submit handle submit. Okay, so this is going to happen here. Okay, and inside this, in the form, what are the different details that I'm going to have? So here I'm just going to use one div tag. Okay, inside this div tag I'm going to use label, and in the label I'm going to write, okay, let me just write in the single line label. I'm going to write first name. Okay, and after this label, okay, we need to write input type. Okay, so here after this label, okay, here just write input type. What is going to be my input type? So input type. Okay, so here inside this I am just going to say that it is going to be text type. Okay, and the name of first name. Okay, so here I'm write first name. Okay, and then value is coming from where value is equal to employee dot first name. Okay, this is done. And okay, employee dot first name here, and then after that on change I have to write on change. What should happen? Handle input changes. Okay, handle input changes I have to write. And then after that, so here handle input changes now, this one. Okay, so then after that I'm going to set the employees, okay, with all the names and values that I have. So here after that I'm just going to say that it is a required field. So here write required and just close this. That's it. Okay, so this is what I need to do. So here you can just copy this, okay, or just press first alt shift F. Okay, so now this is how the field is going to look like. So this is done. Okay, and now after that just copy this div tag, copy this, paste 1 2 and 3. Okay, so here now we need a last name here. Okay, so here I'm just going to change it to last name. Okay, so let me just write last name, and here input a text here, last name should come, employee dot last name. Okay, and okay, and here email should come. So here I have to write email, and here type is, let's say, email, and here it should be email only, and here it should be email. Okay, this is done. Okay, so here it is going to end. After that there is one div tag, right? And now here just create one button. Simple form we have created. Okay, nothing much complex. Okay, button type, let's say submit. Okay, this is what we want to do, right? And here close this, and here just name the button as create new employee. Okay, this is done. Save it. And then after that here if there is some issue, so here I'm just going to give the message now, message and in the p tag just going to pass the message that I will have. Okay, error or any message. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do here. So now let's see what are the issues. So here access is not defined. Okay, so let's do that now. Here we haven't imported that. Where is access? Okay, so access is not defined. So here just import now. So write import access from access, save it. Let's see if there is an issue now. So now it is coming like this. Okay, so if I click on employee list, then this will come. If I click on create employee, then this will come. So now let's see if I can send the data. Okay, so now let's create new employee. So it is giving message created, employee created successfully. Okay, so now if I want to go to this employee list, okay, click on this one, and you will see that we get this employee list. Okay, right now if you again go to create employee, and here pass some any other information. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so now can I see if I just go to get and send this? So yes, I will be able to see this. Okay, so see details are coming, right. So our front end is successfully integrating with my backend for the create post, right, for creating the employees. So uh, now I want to show you one more thing. Okay, AA, and here I'm writing AA just. So I'm going to create new employee. So here it is saying please include an at the rate in the email AA. Okay, so here let's add that at the rate gmail.com. Okay, so now remember, so here I'm clicking one time, employee created successfully. Okay, so now if I again click on this button, so it is saying that please fill out this field. Okay, but in the employee list you will see this detail, right? So if I want to send this email again, okay, so I go to this create employee, I want to send this email again. So here I'm writing AA, okay, any name you give. If I click on create new employee, so will the new user will be created, or I will get error? So let's check that. I will definitely get an error creating employee, right? Why I'm getting error? Because in my backend code, as part of lecture 2, I have already explained that. So in the entity, okay, I have given that this value should be unique always, okay, in my backend. So that is why I'm getting the error here. Okay, so if I just give some other email, okay, so here I'm writing com2, okay, com2, I send the employee. So now see, different emails are passed, okay, I can create this. Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear on how we are going to create the employees. Nothing much. So we are in this const create employee method, we are using this use state. Okay, initially these are the values for the employee, okay, and then here we are just using the use state to get the message, okay, if there are any issues received later on. Then on input changes, what will happen, okay, all that stuff we are doing here. And then handle submit, okay, so this is a function when we are clicking the button, this will happen. Okay, so we are just sending the response, okay, to this post API, okay, and then we are just setting the message that employee created successfully, okay. And once this is done, then after that all the fields are turned to empty now, okay. After sending the data, all the fields are empty, okay. So that's what I'm doing here. And if there is any error comes, then we are just setting this message, otherwise we are just setting this message. And then we are creating simple form, right? So simple in div tag first name, then in the next div tag last name, then in the next div tag email, okay, then on submit button, that's it. Okay, so now meet you guys in the next video for delete and update functionality in the front end of our application. Thank you, bye bye.